You ever notice how some actors just seem to have chemistry with everyone they work with, no matter the genre or the role? Hye Yoon is definitely one of those actors, and what makes her even more interesting is how her on-screen relationships aren't always romantic. Sometimes it's protective, sometimes mysterious, and sometimes it's filled with tension that keeps you on edge. Today we're looking at 3 actors who have shared the screen with her in films, and each pairing shows a completely different dynamic. And as we go through them, I want you to really think about this. What kind of chemistry do you enjoy the most in movies, romantic, emotional, or intense and suspenseful? Midnight, 21. Let's start with Midnight. And this film is honestly one of the most nerve-wracking thrillers you can watch. The story follows a deaf woman who becomes the target of a serial killer. And from the very beginning, the tension just keeps building. Now, Hye Yoon plays a victim in this story, but her role is far from forgettable. In fact, her character becomes the emotional trigger for everything that happens next. And this is where Hoon comes in. He plays her older brother, a former Marine who is extremely protective and determined to keep his sister safe. What I find really compelling about their dynamic is that you can feel the bond even in such a short time. It's not over-explained, but it's strong enough to drive the story forward. Personally, I think this kind of relationship hits harder than romance sometimes, because it feels so real. The idea of a sibling risking everything for you is something a lot of people can connect with, and it also adds another layer of tension because you know what's at stake emotionally. So let me ask you, do you think stories like this would be less impactful if they focused only on romance instead of family? Ditto, 2022. Now, shifting gears completely, we have Ditto, and this one feels much softer, more emotional, and honestly a bit nostalgic. The story revolves around 2 college students from different timelines who somehow manage to communicate with each other. It's a unique concept, but what really makes it work is the emotional connection between the characters. Hye Yoon plays Han Sol, the girl that Yoo Jin-goo's character has feelings for. And while her role might not dominate the entire story, her presence is crucial because she represents something that feels real and grounding in a situation that is otherwise very surreal. What I personally like about this pairing is how natural it feels. It's not overly dramatic, it's just simple, genuine emotions that slowly develop. And I think that's something we don't always see enough of. Sometimes, quiet chemistry can be just as powerful as intense passion. It makes me wonder, do you prefer love stories that are calm and realistic, or ones that are dramatic and full of twists? Whispering Water to mystery. And finally, we have Salmokji, Whispering Water, which might be the most intriguing collaboration yet. This film dives into mystery, horror, and psychological tension. And right away, you can tell that the dynamic between Hye Yoon and Lee Jong-won is going to be very different from what we've seen before. They're not just characters interacting, they're people stuck in a terrifying situation where trust itself becomes questionable. Hye Yoon plays a production director leading a team into a remote reservoir, while Lee Jong-won's character uncovers dark secrets surrounding the place. What I find most interesting here is how their relationship seems to evolve under pressure. When you're dealing with something unknown and potentially supernatural, every decision matters, and every interaction carries weight. Personally, I think this kind of chemistry is the most unpredictable because it's shaped by fear, survival, and uncertainty. It's not about love or family, it's about whether you can rely on someone when everything is falling apart. So let me ask you this. Do you think people's true nature shows more in moments of fear than in moments of comfort? So looking at these 3 collaborations, it's clear that Hye Yoon has this ability to adapt her chemistry depending on the story she's in. Whether she's building an emotional sibling bond, being part of a soft romantic connection, or navigating a tense and mysterious partnership, she always feels believable. And I think that's what makes her such a compelling actress to watch, because she doesn't just act, she reacts, and that makes every interaction feel alive. Now, I really want to hear your thoughts. Which pairing did you find the most interesting? And what kind of chemistry do you think creates the strongest impact in a film?